One of the things about marriage is we have this level of intimacy that it can sometimes seem a little invasive. I mean, it's almost like we're living with a mirror that reflects to us our behavior and the reality of how we're being received. And, sometimes, being blind to that is blissful because we don't have to understand how our quirkiness comes off to another person.
Yeah, it's almost more than just a mirror. It's almost like you have these hidden cameras that can be played back to you at any moment. Like, do you know what you're like when you're doing X, Y, and Z, And so what you want to do is recognize, now this is kind of crazy, but it's so true. In a marriage relationship, when you kind of empty yourself of your need to change your spouse on some of those crazy behaviors
those
that drive
little
you nuts.
kind of mosquitoes of marriage.
When they chew their ice or whatever it is that kind of irritates you and gets under your skin, when you can kind of release yourself from trying to change that behavior, amazingly, that behavior can become the very thing that endears you to them. Now, I can see you almost grimacing as we say this, but it is so true over the years.
That's exactly right. And I know I have plenty of those little irritable things that you have just graciously, incorporated into my being. But I'll tell you what, there are also ways to give clues. Like maybe if we're out in public and I have the ice chewing thing, and that is a place where it's embarrassing. Yeah. You can kind of do a gentle touch on the knee. You don't have to make some,
or smack on the knee, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. But because you have to recognize those kind of little quirky habits are unconscious. We are not making a choice to have them. They're just behaviors that have developed and become habitual, and you don't know you're choosing it for the most part.
Right, and I know plenty of couples that have come up with, I know one woman has this annoying habit of kind of smacking her gum, and her husband...
The smack and the pop.
Oh, it just drives him nuts, and so they've kind of come up with this signal, and he just does this on his lips when she's doing that at the dinner table, and they've told us this signal, so I've seen him do it before.
Now, she chews gum at the dinner table?
Yeah, like in the afterwards, she loves doing that. Seriously.
That's annoying in and of itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're putting the gum on the side of your plate.
Yeah, exactly. But and the truth is, you have to be gentle with each other, and you have to recognize every one of us needs that kind of grace. We all do irritating things or quirky little physical things, but also a gift of marriage is that kind of feedback. I mean, it's the person who does tell you have spinach in your teeth, so that you have the opportunity to kind of get your act together a little bit.
Absolutely.